Hello, callers. Welcome to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we discuss some interesting updates. We start with veteran midfielder Ilkay Gundogan, who have recently aimed a slight dig at Barcelona, of course, as he recently admits that playing at Barcelona has been a bit messy. We are going to discuss more on that as we move ahead. Then secondly, in this video, we talk about our new boss, Hansi Flick. As of course, it has been reported at Barcelona's pre-season, there is a panic. Hansi Flick is set to battle looming fatigue crisis, especially after the tournaments that are going on now, both in Europe, both in South America and stuff like that, which is difficult to manage after those players return to your club ahead of the new season. How will Hansi Flick cope with that? We are going to discuss more on that as well. So as we get right into it, please, if you haven't subscribed, endeavor to hit that subscribe button, turn on the post bell notification so you always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Thank you for watching. Let's get right into it. Veteran midfielder Ilkay Gundogan has spoken candidly about his role at Barcelona, describing it as a messy experience. In contrast to his 7-year stint at Manchester City under Pep Guardiola, where he thrived, and his national team, where he is highly regarded, Gundogan has found life at Barca to be a struggle. The attacking midfielder attributes his difficulties to being played in multiple positions, which has taken a toll on him. He explained that at Barcelona, he is constantly required to adapt, a stark contrast to his experience with the German national team, where he feels extremely comfortable with his teammates. Going by his words, he said, with Barcelona, I have played anywhere I have been needed, so it has been a bit messy with a lot of changes of position. I have needed to adapt constantly, Gundogan told The Athletic. Sometimes playing well is also knowing which position you play, who is playing around you, and feeling comfortable with it. In the national team, I feel very comfortable on the field with my teammates and in my position, he said. Despite Gundogan's struggles at Barcelona, he has been a standout performer for Germany at the ongoing Euros, helping his team secure a spot in the quarter-final round with a 2-0 victory over Denmark. In addition to discussing his own experience, Gundogan was also asked about his club teammate Lamine Yamal, who he will face in the next round of the Euro 2024. Gundogan was effusive in his praise for the 16-year-old sensation, of course, who has been making waves at the competition with his record-breaking performances. He said, "He's just 16, but it's crazy, simply crazy," he said. "The confidence he plays with makes it seem so normal, but to perform at a top level throughout the year and come to the Euros being a key player is not normal at that age. He is very humble, coming from a humble family. He's a very nice guy. I could not praise him more. I wish for him to stay healthy and get to the very top of world football because that's his potential," Gundogan said. Great words there from Ilkay Gundogan, I must admit. Of course, let's start with the fact that, him playing at Barca have been a bit messy, as he honestly said. Because it's true, Gundogan has played quite a lot of positions. And if we seen him coming out in this interview and saying it, black and white, that he hasn't been that comfortable like when he plays for the German national team and when he did play for City, it says a lot. Honestly, I don't know how Hansi Flick will handle his situation because Xavi Hernandez, to be honest, was a little bit confused on how to play his players at times, especially in that midfield position. Just mixing the players. As long as you are a midfielder, you are likely to play any of those positions in the three, in the part, like in the middle three, which exactly that shouldn't be the case. And Gundogan is a player who can adapt to many situations, but it's not easy, even if you are a player with that kind of high experience like Ilkay Gundogan. But at times you need to play where you feel more comfortable and stuff like that. But here we are seeing him just being honest and say, look, it has been a bit messy. Maybe he never saw that coming. You know, Ilkay Gundogan is an attacking midfielder, of course, but he has played a defensive midfield role. He has been playing out of position, and he admits he has not been that comfortable playing that role. You know, Ilkay Gundogan is a very good player. I mean, he is a very good player. We have seen the likes of Ilkay in the national team at this Euro tournament. He's a spectacular leader on the field, and he's so talented. And it seems that the Ilkay Gundogan we knew at Manchester City, an exceptional player he is. But at Barcelona, he has not been at his very best. But neither has he been a bad player. He's been good. But just that he has not been feeling that comfortable, because those around him, of course, he's not at the Manchester City team where they took the treble, the City team that have been dominant in football for many years. And of course, it's a different environment. I want to believe that coming to Barcelona, he knew where he was going to, and definitely he shouldn't be shocked. But of course, now we have a new environment, kind of, because with a new boss in Hansi Flick, which I definitely believe he is a manager who knows what he is doing. Of course, I just hope Hansi Flick does things right as regards to player positions, and of course ensuring that players are comfortable where they are being positioned in the field, and that will be amazing. Of course, let's just see how it goes. And of course, for Lamine Yamal, the praise he gave Lamine Yamal is absolutely correct, because Lamine Yamal is an exceptional player, and if a player like Gundogan has been saying this about Lamine, that says a lot. Lamine Yamal is just 16, for crying not loud. But he plays so mature than his age. But one thing I just hope for is he should not be so much overused, because he's just 16. He isn't a veteran. And I think whoever is managing him, the coaches playing both the national team and the club level, they should take things more cautiously. We saw what happened to Pedri some years back, and it's so sad. Pedri has not been the Pedri we have known some years ago, and it's going to be very, very worse to see a player like Lamine Yamal going through that, because of course he starts the games in most of the Euro games this tournament. He has been starting, but of course he needs to also be playing fewer minutes at times, because he's still not that he hasn't reached the peak yet. Then on to the next story of discussion. As Hansi Flick gears up for his debut season with Barca, he's acutely aware of the significant toll that international competitions like the Euros and Copa America can take on his players. With many of the team members still battling it out for these tournaments, he's preparing for the challenges of managing their fitness and form. Out of 13 Barca players involved in these competitions, 11 are still running in the Euros. 11 players represented their countries, while in the Copa America, 2 players are playing. Of these, only Lewandowski and Christensen have been eliminated so far. The remaining players are still pushing forward, facing more games if they continue to progress. Those in the Euros will have up to 4 more matches, while those in Copa America might play up to 5 more games. This means they still have to put in one last major effort before the season ends. Ilkay Gundogan is a Barca player who has clocked the most game time this season. He has played in a staggering 65 games, averaging about 80 minutes per game. He featured in 51 out of Barca's 53 games and played 14 matches for Germany. At 33 years old, Gundogan is enjoying a very demanding 2023-24 season, totaling 5,198 minutes on the field. Young Lamine Yamal, just 16 years old, is also having an intense year with 60 matches under his belt, 50 for Barca and 10 for Spain. Unlike Pedri, who has played the least with 38 matches due to injuries, Yamal has managed to stay relatively injury-free. Furthermore, Fermin Lopez has made his debut for the Euros and 2 matches, totaling 45 apps this season. Ferran Torres has played 11 matches for Spain and 42 for Barca. Though many of these were as substitutes. So I think this is a cause of concern for the new boss, Hansi Flick. He needs to manage the situation so wisely and accurately, because it's not easy for these players who have been playing a lot of games this calendar year. With these intense tournaments going on right now, it's going to be very, very tiring. So let's see how he's going to handle, these players in his debut season as manager. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.